Hey, beautiful people, what's popping? You know the drill, popcorn's popping. Yes, it's another beautiful weekend, and this weekend I cannot wait to dish out what I have served hot for you. So this is not the regular, trust me. This is not the regular. Not like I even serve you regular. If it's not hot now, we're not doing this here. Yes, it's TSLNIGERIA TV, and this is Popcorn Series. Stay glued to your screen because in just about 5 seconds, I'm going to be giving you something surprisingly hot. AJ, can I be a movie shopper? Yeah, I know you got a fashion shopper and another for grocery, but where do you go when you need guides for movies? Tada! Here I am. Join me on the Popcorn Series on TSLNIGERIA TV, where we scan through movies for all the fun of it and lots of fun. From behind the scene moments, movie review, movie countdown, epic films, documentary, and guides for you and your young ones. My name is Joy Matthew, and this is Popcorn Series on TSLNIGERIA TV. Come with the popcorn. Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with me. My name is Joy Matthew, as you know already, and this is where I give you playlists, updated playlists when it comes to visual playlists. Now, like I said, this week I have something different, and of course, something that you would find interesting. Like, I feel that this is something that you have not seen anywhere else. So this week, we'll not be talking about movies, but we'll be talking about documentaries. I promised you that right from the onset, documentaries. So I know when they talk about documentaries, a lot of persons are like, what about documentaries? Well, me, I'm a big fan of documentaries. Like, I see documentaries every week. Probably bragging, but yeah, I see documentaries as much as I see movies. And so I've created a list of documentaries that you should see because you are human, and then you're African, and then you're Nigerian, most likely. Okay, so just before we dive right onto this, my sweet curated list, some people might be wondering, what exactly is documentary? How different is documentary from a real movie or from a movie? So documentary, first off, is a non-fictional, factual motion film. So it's a film, but just that it's non-fictional and then it's factual. Like, everything you see is exactly what it is, or sometimes could be representing what it is. And then the aim of most documentary is to record reality for the sole purpose of educating, informing, and preserving record. Yes, preserving record is very, very important. So many times when you see documentaries, they are trying to keep a story alive from probably a million times ago. Yes, trying to keep it alive. So back to my list. I have 4 interesting documentaries that you should see, and I'm starting off with this one from the former First Lady of America. I think this is the only foreign content that we have for today. Becoming is like my all-time fave. So Becoming tells the story of Michelle Obama on a journey to becoming. So some persons will say becoming the first lady, but if you really have read the book like I did, so I read the book first off and I was like, I did not get some things straight off. And then listening to her, hearing her talk about the book, talking about herself, talking about how she became the woman that she is, positioning herself to probably be the first lady eventually. Maybe she did not have that all figured out. Well, it just made me realize that, well, visuals do tell stories differently sometimes. I would want to give you all the gist, but where's the fun in that? So see some of this trailer and then we'll come back for more gist.
In high school, your guidance counselor didn't see in you what you saw in yourself.
Yeah.
She decided I was reaching too high.
How did you, as a Black woman, persevere?
We can't afford to wait for the world to be equal to start feeling seen. I feel like I gotta share with you all that the energy that's out there is much better than what we see. How's everybody doing?
This girl is on fire.
As my mother would say, Michelle and Barack Obama aren't special. There are millions of Michelle and Barack Obamas all over the world. If we can open up a little bit more to each other and share our stories, that's what breaks down barriers.
Wow.
I am becoming a strong, confident, fierce girl who realizes that I have the power to change the world.
Okay, dear, you would agree with me that Nadia Hall Green really did do wonders on that one. Well, you might think that filming documentary might not be as tedious as it is for filming movies, but trust me, they all have their own share of jobs to do. And they're having now, they're all going direct that one. It's quite interesting. And having a bubbly person like Michelle Obama talk about herself and all of that in that 2019 or 2020 release is something that every lady, every man should watch. Now, let me tell you my take home from that. The first time I read the book, I was like, she said something about Barack Obama being a husband. Now, remember that I know everybody knows that Barack Obama was the president at some point, but this brought us to understand their intimacy, brought us to understand them as individuals. I saw a picture of him being a husband, a whole husband, and not so being invested in the whole children thing. But then when I watched the documentary, I understood her point of view better. I would want to go on and go on and go on, but nah, I'm not doing that. If you want to get all of this juicy stuff, go see the documentary titled Becoming by Michelle Obama. Okay, on to the real list. So this is where the real list actually starts. Like, I have these things created. I'm like, oh, child, you've created magic. I don't know if you think the same, but hopefully you do. So I have Made by Design on number 3. Yes, number 3. We're counting down. Made by Design is a series. Yeah, it's a series of documentary that tells the stories of creatives in their different endeavors. I would want to give you all the gist, but let me just tell you my favorite episodes from Made by Design. So the episode 2 that talks about Vishal's Queen. Like, every time I watch documentary, it just spurs me to want to do more. It spurs me to want to be more, because I feel like these persons are doing it and these persons are not acting it. Well, if they're telling their stories, then this is exactly what it is. I too can be that. So yeah, if you're like me, you like to get inspired with things like that, you probably should see Made by Design. It talks about people doing conventional things in unconventional way. We have the Lady Capita in the episode 1. We have the Bisha's Queen in episode 2. A lady architect that goes on to create marvelous, groundbreaking designs in this our Nigeria. Yeah, so when you see some very nice buildings in Nigeria, you're like, wow, did they import this building? Somebody actually did think of all the brain work, and then, you know, people followed that step to bring it to reality. So yeah, Made by Design is another beautiful documentary that you'd want to see. Maybe that craft that you've been thinking of starting, could just see somebody that already started it off, and that person could, you know, push you to want to do more. See thriller here. There you have it, creative sharing with you their processes, their insights, creating a career path that just illuminates. Trust me, it's something that you definitely want to see. Go see the whole season. It's just one season. It's not like a long season. One season. And then over to number 2 on my list. Who's excited? I am. So number 2 on my list is titled Marked. Now, this is a 2019 documentary directed and written by Nadine Ibrahim. It talks about the scarification culture in Nigeria and probably in some other places, but then it went on to bring out how this is a part of the Nigerian culture, and it's a subtle part because people do not really talk about it. You see, a child is just born, and probably 7 days into the birth, they will take the child for circumcision and then just put a mark on the child's face. There are so many angles to why this is happening. There are so many cultural practices. This has so many meanings. For some persons, it's spiritual. For some persons, it's even for beautification. Like, I was watching this documentary, and one of the ladies said she placed marks in all parts of her body because of her husband, because her husband's like it. And I'm like, oh, that's scary. And it's quite painful. Like, this is not easy peasy. You know, incisions with razor blade, and me that my threshold is low. How? For who? Well, you should go see Marked by Nadine Ibrahim and tell me what you think about it. Here is the trailer.
Ó máa ní máa fi ìgò má tún fi kọ ìlà yẹn sílẹ̀ lójú tí ìlà yẹn á di double lójú ẹ̀.
Did you fight a lion? Yes, I did, and I survived. Everybody remembers my face.
There you have it marked. So this is a pictorial story of Africa. And I don't think that this is just an Africa thing. I think other continents are probably still in the practice of scarification. And it's not a good thing. Let's just put it out there. It is not a good thing. Whether you're doing it for identity, whether you're doing it for beauty, whether you're doing it for religion or spirituality. I think every government around the world should take out time and really look into this and say, okay, do we need a bill? Do we need a law to pass into stopping this? This is my 2 cents. I feel that it's not a good thing. Why would you want to mark a child for identification? We are past the Stone Age. Can we all move? Yes, moving on to number 1 on my list. So this is like my main time favorite, because my favorite is to change every day. Yes, next week I could have a new favorite. This is my favorite for this period. And it's so surprising because I did not think that this person could actually put out a body of work like this. I'm talking about the documentary titled Skin by Beverly Nair. So when I watched this documentary, I thought of sharing with everybody that I know. I'm like, have you seen this documentary? Have you seen this documentary? Because it really tells the African story in a way that nobody has thought to share. So Beverly Nair talks about being dark-skinned in Nigeria, specifically in Nigeria, like we're using this as a case study, being dark-skinned and how people, the length at which people went to, be recognized, be called beautiful in Nigeria. There was a time that the increment of toning, bleaching cream was really on the eye, and then people that really got the scare of skin cancer, well, they had theirs coming too. It was quite high at that point in time, and Beverly thought of it like, okay, let's go into the streets and find out why people are doing what they are doing. Let's find out why people who have done it, how they are feeling. And if you see the cast of this documentary, I'm not kidding. This is. Let me just give you the gist. Your favorite cross-dresser Bobrisky was a cast of this. And then he said it. So if he comes out to say it another day, I would not believe it, because he said it there and then that, well, he's not exactly proud of having changed the skin color, doing all the things that he had to do to look fair and be appreciated and be called beautiful. He's not exactly proud, and well, he wish he could, turn back the wheel of things. But then again, this is Nigeria, and this is what was recognized as beautiful at that time. I would want to give you all the juice, but where's the fun in that? So see trailers and go get the movie for yourself. Skin.
Black beauty is strength.
The human skin, now that's the body's largest organ. It's probably the most important bit of what makes us who we are.
It's organic, it's rich, it's powerful.
I want to audition for the lead, and they go, but the lead's written as black. And I was like, yeah.
I like light skin because it's making me more prettier.
Growing up, I wanted to be every shade other than the shade that I am. I would wear makeup that would make me look lighter. I would use steroids, and what it did, it faded your skin.
Bobrisky is now rich, like I have money because I sell cream, and I make more money from my cream business because I sell the cream all over the world.
At the point where I was bleaching my skin, I struggled so bad with accepting who I was. I felt like I was just, I don't know, in somebody else's body.
She says she's dating someone, and that person likes fair person.
The complexion doesn't make you a better person at all. Complexion has nothing to do with beauty. The world will love you for who you are, not your complexion.
When you use bleaching cream, give you dark knuckles.
Without enough knowledge or not taking enough precautions while using those products, there has been grave damage that's occurred onto the those skins.
My black is bold.
your black is beautiful. My black is intelligent, your black is exciting. My black is black.
If I can change one thing about myself, is going back to my complexion. Do you know why? Because the stress I use in rubbing my cream every day is terrible.
Would you ever go back to that?
If you have the opportunity.
Yeah, I will.
We can improve those skins, bring them closer to what they originally used to be. Unfortunately, there are cases whereby there's irreversible damage and they will need to learn to live with that.
You don't have enough black people defining or making books and saying, this is who we are.
Because color black is actually strong. It's not something that you can throw away.
You don't have to be, beautiful because the way you are is just the way you behave and the way you love.
When you see a human being and the person is black, you notice the complexion, the richness of that complexion. That's black beauty. For anything else, you notice the skin. You cannot forget the skin.
Okay, there you have it. Skin by Beverly Naya. I keep saying by Beverly Naya because this was produced by her, but she was not the director. Let me just put it out there. Daniel Etim F. Young was the director, and this happened in 2019. Now I'm wondering, Daniel and Beverly, is there something that we're not? Okay, I'm not going to start the rumor yet, okay? So this did not just do well on screens. Like when this came out, it did not just do well. It went on to eat good numbers and get the recognition that it deserves, because this is a documentary that calls out the need to conform to the idea of beauty in Nigeria, the supposed idea that beauty looks a certain kind of way, a certain kind of skin tone, a certain kind of shape. I like that this went out to call out that BS, like that's total BS, right? And like I said, it did get the accreditation, get the accolades that it deserved, because it went on to be the opening film at the 2019 IREP International Documentary Film Festival. And not only did it end there, this is where they get to celebrate all the best of the best documentaries in Africa. Like I said, not only did it end there, it also became officially selected for Africa World Documentary Film Festival in 2019. So many accolades coming in for Beverly. Thank you very much for doing that one. Interesting one, by the way. Now, like I said, documentaries are factual. These things did not just come out from somebody's imagination. These things actually did happen to people, and then they are documented for historic purposes, for the purpose of teaching, for the purpose of educating, and for the purpose of maintaining culture. Yes, so Beverly Naya, thank you very much. Etim, thank you very much. And of course, Nadine Ibrahim for spelling out that one in marks. Thank you very much. Also, thanks to the creator of Made by Design, and of course to Becoming. Now, let me just say this out there. A lot of times people will tell their kids rather, that it's better off to read books than watch movies. Disclaimer, I'm sorry to say, but I think both work hand in hand. Now, I'm saying this because I've seen movies that were created out from books. True, books have a wider range of imagination, but sometimes you just want to see what this person is thinking at that time of creating to understand what they actually meant. I think that totally explains it for me with Becoming as a book, and then watching the documentary as a motion film. So yes, do not just read books. Do not just tell your children to read books. Bring out documentaries. Great documentaries are out there for you to enjoy. I've given you my 2 cents, 4 nice documentaries that you should see this weekend with your family, with your loved ones. And trust me, you're definitely going to drop a comment, because I know that I have given you something. I know. Anyways, that's very much you can take on today's edition of Popcorn. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Now, make sure to subscribe to all of our social media platforms. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as TSLNIGERIA TV. Till I come away next week, enjoy!
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.